It's pretty evident when looking back that the 1980s were all about tying kids' shows with toy lines. From Transformers, G.I. Joes, He-Man, and just about everything else imaginable. Now, it wasn't just about getting the rights to the toy line and then making a cartoon. There were live-action shows that combined with a new toy line in hopes that both would take off. Today, we're going to take a look at one of the attempts that didn't work out the best, but had some interesting features to it. Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. I'm Ollamh, and this is Geek Trivia. So in 1987, video games were really hitting their stride and children's shows still dominated early morning weekend schedules. So there came a Canadian-American series called Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Set in the year 2147, after the Metal Wars, where man fought machine and machine won, biodreads hunt down human survivors. So the basic premise is that there are a new breed of warriors born and trained to take down the evil Lord Dread and his biodreads. They are known as the Soldiers of the Future and are mankind's last hope. No pressure or anything. The team is made up of Captain Jonathan Power, master of the incredible power suits, which transforms each soldier into a one-man attack force. Major Matthew Hawk Masterson, fighter in the skies. Lieutenant Michael Tank Ellis, ground assault unit. Big surprise with his name. Sergeant Robert Scout Baker, espionage and communications. And Corporal Jennifer Pilot Chase, tactical systems expert. The backstory of the world is in 2132, robotic soldiers known as biodreads replaced humans on the battlefield, meaning that wars can be fought without significant loss of life. Now, that seems kinda like cheating to me, but whatever. A group of scientists began working on an Overmind, a supercomputer capable of overriding the controls of the machines, thus stopping them and bringing an end to war. As with just about every 1980s movie with these ideas, there was an impatient scientist who pushes things faster, hooks himself up to the machine, and lo and behold, it becomes sentient. Taking the biodreads on as its own warriors, it starts a war against their oppressors, the humans. The overall idea wasn't bad. It had all of the most popular items from 1980s sci-fi. Robot warriors, lasers, power suits. I think it would have been better received today based on modern budgets for shows and special effects. Back in those days, TV shows couldn't do what they wanted, so often ambitious projects came out looking bad. Now, this show only ran for one single season with a whopping 22 episodes, though they did release 3 additional cartoons and a compilation TV movie. This was a unique idea because it tied the toys into the show directly, not the typical, hey kids, you can buy your own toy and go on adventures, but allowed kids with the toys to take part in some of the battles for that show. They used the same idea as the NES Zapper, light-based flashes and codes set up between the TV screen and the toy that would register hits and damage. So during certain parts of each show, there was a battle that kids could actually take part in, pressing a button to fire at the right targets and turning the toy away from oncoming enemy ships to avoid being damaged. To be honest, it was a great idea. When the internet came about, interactive shows became even more popular and developed, being aimed at educational material for children mostly. It would be interesting to see what they could do with that idea with today's modern technology. Speaking of which, on September 28, 2012, it was announced that the original creator, Gary Goddard, was in the process of reviving the show. The new Phoenix Rising would touch on the character's origins and be a weekly, 1-hour show looking at both sides of the post-apocalyptic world. A 2014 interview revealed that, despite delays, the revival was still in works. Now it's 3 years after the original announcement, and it's hard to tell whether or not it will see the light of day. Personally, I would like to see what they could come up with the old series. So that's all the time we have to talk about Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. How many of you remember watching this series? How many of you still have one of these stashed away? And would you like to see them come out with more? Leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!
Travel gentlemen, I've decided that it's time to give you a gentleman's perspective on the world. Okay, that was kind of cool.